but still staying too close to the weatherman. Believe me, Barbara said 21 degrees today. I am saying 22. Plenty of day to go. I've still got a lot of hope that we're actually going to get there. It is Tuesday, September 21st, right here at Galaxy. And, well, I tell you what, let me do this.
Galaxy. 107
That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. And today I'm absolutely elated. I really, really am. For the first time, I'm meeting up with Sherise D'Sousa. And believe me, I am so looking forward to this. And I've got to give a big shout out to York, out of York's world as well. And you will find out why a little later on, because believe me, Sherise and York know each other very, very well. Also, Jay, got to give him a shout out from Lazy Indie magazine coming out of India as well. So believe me, this is absolutely fascinating. Now, for everybody that are joining us this morning on Facebook Live, absolute pleasure to have you back again this morning. It really, really is. If you're going to be watching a little later on over there on YouTube, you know what to do, right? No, you do. You really do. You know, sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. And bell, well, notifications, so that when we have important people like Sherise joining us, coming out of Mumbai, India, then you get informed. You really do. George, Jorg Klein, Jorg is in the house. He really is. Nice to have you on board, Jorg. And believe me, this is going to be fascinating. So let's kick it off. Here is Sherise and Change You at Galaxy. How you feeling, Sherise? You okay?
Oh, I'm brilliant. Thank you. That was amazing.
Nice, nice. By the way, I'm loving the top.
Thank you. It's very Indian. It has a lot of Indian patterns in them.
That's very cool.
As you can see.
Absolutely love it. I really do. How long have you known York?
You're just about a year.
Okay.
And it's been amazing. It's been very magical because I've been working with him on a lot of music. And yes, he's also featured in my the next version of Never Born, which is the symphonic rock version. So he's done a complete like makeover of the song, where he's added a lot of new instruments to it, like for example cello parts. He's added his own lead guitar solo to it, and he's really pumped it up so well, and he made a really good remix of it. I'm really happy to share that with you guys too.
Very cool. And you know something? He's a great guy, isn't he?
He's an amazing guy. He's so helpful, and he loves to help and to bring out really good high quality music. And what's really great is that he has this new record label that he started. It's called MX Pro Records, and he's signing a lot of artists to this to his label now from all over the world, including the US. And I'm the only one from India that he signed on. So I'm really excited to be signed to his label, MX Pro Records. So I'm going to be releasing a lot of music with him also.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Because believe me, and he says, hi, my dear.
Hi,
obviously
hi,
to you. Yeah, nice. Yeah, believe me, I absolutely have a lot of time for York. I really, really do. He's a great guy. And it's good to see that he's moving on. It really, really is. He's well done, York. Go the label.
His radio show is also absolutely amazing, and when he gets artists every week, new artists, and he talks to them, and he speaks about their music, and he like creates hype for their music, and it's all so very high quality, and that's why I love working with him, because both of us are on the same wavelength, and we want the great we want great results, so that's why I love working with him.
Very cool. And yes, he is a great DJ, I got to admit.
Yeah, very passionate person. Yeah.
So therefore I must warn you, this is going to be like no other interview you've ever done before, I got to be honest. For a start, you're talking to a Kiwi, right?
Wow, I'm already enjoying myself so much.
Us, Mark.
Very cool. Let's go to the desk and have some fun. Thank you, York. Sorry, that one took me by surprise. You're good to me. Well, you know, we love you, York. We really do. For everybody else that are joining us this morning, very, very cool, because today we're going to Mumbai, India, and believe me, so excited about this because we're meeting up with Sherise D'Sousa, and believe me, this young lady is very, very talented. She really, really is, and would love to be able to follow Sherise through her career. You'll understand why. She's a dynamic vocalist and singer-songwriter, basically. She performs songs in various genres, such as funk, pop, country, blues, rock and roll, reggae, yeah, and Western classical, which she's got pop here a couple of times, jazz, and Hindustani. Now, I'm going to ask her about that one, because that one I've never heard of before. I'd love to be able to learn a little bit more about that as well. But let me present to you today's shining star at Galaxy, and believe me, she's going to be a superstar in no time, Sherise D'Sousa. Nice to meet you, Sherise.
Lovely to meet you too.
Now,
Hello there from Mumbai.
You're in Mumbai right now, and you're just saying the rainy season's upon you, which is really, really nice. I presume rain is always welcome there right now?
Yes, actually, it's quite needed because of the crops. There's a season for everything in India. So we have a summer season that starts in April and ends in June. And the monsoon season, which is the rainy season, starts in June and it ends in October, September, October. And October onwards, it's just cold. So everything has its time. And that's how the nature here also responds to that timing. And the crops and the farmers and everyone, you know, go according to the seasons. So yeah, it's very much welcome at this time of the year.
And you were saying it's romantic. Now, you know, we're Kiwis here. We look at the rain and go, really? Again? Whereas we get a different feel from you about the rain over there. So why would you describe it as romantic?
Well, I think it's because of the movies that we grew up watching, you know, the Bollywood movies, as well as, you know, the romantic movies, the English movies also. Whenever there's a romantic scene, it's like, for example, the Titanic, they always show rain, you know, falling. When the couple is at their most passionate moments, they always show rain. So that's how I associate the rain with romance.
I get it.
Yeah.
I understand. George says she is indeed amazing and a true pleasure to work with. So believe me, York, I can see that you guys are going to have a long-lasting relationship together, recording music. Absolutely stunning. And I hope you're going to share them with me, my bro. Yeah, I really do. Now, having said that, we started the show with Change You. Now, Sherise, tell me a little bit about this, because right now you've got about 1,127 requests for this particular track in its own right, which is not bad. It's not bad. So tell me a little bit about it.
So this song is more of a breakup song where, you know, the girl is trying to change the guy's attitude so that he can love her better. In short, you know. So that's why the chorus goes like, I'm looking to change you up. I can't hide what you're actually feeling about our relationship, and even you can't hide it. So change yourself so we can, you know, move forward in this relationship. So it's like after the breakup, but the girl is still hopeful that, okay, he'll come back and he'll change himself. But, you know, most of the times, like they say that people, they don't want to change. So I wanted to write a song that maybe could help people change. So that's why I said Change You.
I understand, I do, but believe me, a leopard doesn't change its spots too quickly, I've got to be honest. Once you get into a sort of routine, well, you know, it's over and done with. Like myself and my wife, we're described as comfortable old shoes. We know each other that well. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
You guys are the ideal couple.
Well, you know, she's good at throwing things and I'm good at ducking them.
But you've got into that routine, which is brilliant.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we really have. Now, having
I'm so excited that I hope I get to meet you guys sometime in life. Like I could just come there and like just chill with you guys. That would be amazing.
I want to actually talk to you about that very, very shortly. I really do. But first of all, let's set a few ground rules here. How long have you been singing?
Wow. So I have been singing right since childhood. I started singing at the age of 8 years old, thanks to my parents. My parents also were into music. My mom was in a band. My dad plays guitar. So my dad used to always play at all the parties, and he's like all night he would be playing guitar and singing all the classics, all those old party songs, all the Elvis songs. So I grew up listening to all those rock and roll music right from 8 years old, and my parents also put me into a lot of gospel choirs. So I used to sing for church, and that's how I developed singing for God. And then I got into a lot of professional choirs where I learned Western classical music, Mozart, and I did a lot of opera music as well. So I was always the highest soprano in the choir. And so from being singing in various groups, I developed my voice. I developed my ear for music, which was equally important as the voice. Just listening and understanding how I sound and how other people around me sound and how a song is supposed to sound. So I developed my ear for that. And it's been a gradual process where I also like building confidence in myself slowly but surely. Venturing from being in a group, singing in a group, to singing on my own, standing on a stage and singing in front of an audience alone with a band, coordinating. So all these skills, I just picked it up little by little as I grew up. So it's been around like 20 years I've been singing and performing.
Well,
it's been brilliant because
I got to be honest with you, Sherise. As I said earlier on, I've been an engineer, and a huge part of my life has been on all facets of being an engineer, not only doing studio stuff, but also doing, of course, front of house, travelling around with bands and everything like that. So I get an ear for absolute talent, and well, I've got to be honest with you, when I hear your music, and believe me, I don't listen to it as a fan would listen to it, I listen to it as an engineer or a DJ, and break it down in its increments. Really, I can't fault this work. I really, really can't. And I get this feeling that you're very, very comfortable singing. That's why I asked you how long you've been doing it. Now, at the same time, how long have you been writing music? I mean, again, you seem to be very, very comfortable putting music and lyrics and everything together. Now, this takes a lot of time to be able to master. So I obviously think you've been doing it for quite a while.
Yes, I actually have been writing. So I got into the habit of writing a lot of poetry, and so my lyrics stemmed from there, where my poetry got more and more concise, and then I could make it into a song and it came to a point where when I heard any kind of music, I would try to fit my poetry into that music or into the chords, so that it would make sense. So it kept boiling down, like as if I was like boiling some tea in a kettle. So it just kept boiling and boiling until I got the perfect result. And that's how my songs also progressed in that way. So I just kept working at it till it became perfect as what it sounds like today.
And to me, it sounds like you're the consummate professional and consummate perfectionist as well. I applaud you on that. I really, really do. Enjoy your absolutely stunning work. Believe me, big fan of yours. I really, really am. Now tell me a little bit about Dreammaker, Heartbreaker. Which one were you?
Wow, Dreammaker, Heartbreaker. It's actually a progression where both the words, they are like opposing, like a person who makes your dreams come true, but then can also break your heart. So the song is about that. So sometimes you have so much of hope in a certain direction or in a certain person, but then it also ends up breaking your own. You also end up breaking your own heart in the process, pursuing that. But it's always a balance of both the things, right? So if you have both the sun and the day and the night, it's perfectly balanced day. So this song was just like that. It was a balance of pain and happiness. So this song had both the elements in it. And I was fortunate to have worked with two brilliant guitarists who did really good guitar work, and also the person who mixed my song. His name is Jonathan. So he added a lot of elements to that song as well, and I added some harmonies and stuff which made it stand out a bit more, and then it became a really cool song. Yeah.
Now, before we actually get into playing Dreammaker, Heartbreaker, I do have a couple of fan questions. One coming from Yonkers in New York, her name is Tina, and one coming from Alberta, Canada, her name is Debbie. They both have pretty much the same question, and that is, what would you attribute the one thing to your success at this point?
The one thing I would attribute for my success is just the belief in never giving up, and just thinking that something which I've written or which I scribbled down on a napkin one day would someday become a hit song. So you never know the thoughts that your thoughts that you think about, how much beauty or how much value they would render to the world. Sometimes even a small thought, which is, if it's a positive thought, it can change the world. So that's what all these songs were once upon a time I written down on napkins, and I said one day I'm going to make this into a song, and it did happen, but it took some time, but it was so beautiful what it turned into, and it was birthed into something that I never imagined and I never dreamed. So it's absolutely magical, like how music can transform me and transform the world also in the process.
Very, very cool. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM with Sherise, coming out of Mumbai, India. And yes, here's Dreammaker, Heartbreaker on Galaxy. How you feeling, Sherise? You okay?
I'm doing great.
Nice. Do you need a drink or anything?
Oh, and I do have a cup of soup right in front of me. Yeah.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Mate, I'm just the good old coffee kind of deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
coffee is. I love coffee too. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm a huge coffee addict. I got to admit.
Awesome.
Yeah, believe me, I get to work about midnight, and I'm lucky to leave by about 8 o'clock at night some nights. So I live on coffee. I really do.
Yeah. That's the only thing that keeps me awake too. If I want to stay up night, yeah. Here we have a lot of tea as well here.
how's the COVID in your area at the moment?
It's right now improving, which is a great sign, because like shows have started. So I've started doing a lot of shows outside Mumbai as well, and like people are coming out again to party and to have birthday parties, and go into have pool parties, have their weddings. So which was not the case 1 year ago at this time. Yeah, and now because of the vaccination, people are feeling more, they are more brave to go out after getting double vaccinated.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you had your shots?
I did have my first shot. I have one remaining, which it takes around 2 months to have the second shot. So
Yeah.
I can't have it before that.
Yeah, you and I are in the same boat. We're sort of half done. You know what I mean?
Half done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barbara's fully been stabbed. She has been.
Oh, wow.
We're only half
Finally.
done.
So she's completely safe. Yeah.
Yes, she is.
I'm not going to test it though.
Carl
Yeah, that
Dew
is not to test it. Yeah.
Carl Dew
But
is
it is
joining us.
still take precautions, because we don't know how this evolves, how the virus evolves. Yeah.
Exactly. And for a while there, we couldn't get a handle on it because it was one thing, then it was something else, and then it was something else, and now it's Delta.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
Absolutely.
It is.
And-
All these, the viruses are all man-made, and nature is not like that. I mean, nature is kind of predictable to a certain level, but this, like, man-made things are unpredictable, because we don't know what man is capable of.
Just between you and me,
Yeah.
Sherise, here in our station, and believe me, we have about 15 people, but at the moment we're on COVID lockdown 2. So until we're all being vaccinated, everybody's staying off work, if you know what I mean. So we're only on a skeleton crew. But we all seem to think the same thing, and this is a silent war right now.
It is.
It is, you know what I
Very
mean?
much so.
And somebody needs to be held accountable.
One day, yes. It's
Yes.
the person who is accountable will be, a light will be shown on that, for sure.
We want to find these people, we do.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the desk, Sherise.
Galaxy.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. It is 29 away from midday noon, 12 o'clock, 18 degrees. It's sort of hovering around there. We need it to get up a little bit higher than the weatherman, otherwise he's going to win vicariously. I'm going to be honest, we don't want that. It is Tuesday, September 21st, and today, believe me folks, absolutely elated because we're talking to Sherise D'Sousa, and Sherise coming out of Mumbai, India. Now, having said that, Sherise, it is such a pleasure to be able to listen to your music and, of course, get to know you a little bit and know how everything's happening over there. But at the same time, you've been working with, of course, people like Jorg over in Germany, and, of course, been in the magazine, Lazy Indie magazine. Of course, we're talking about Jay and his crew over there as well. Now, finally, she comes to Galaxy, and believe me, we don't call it our fans, we actually call them our audio audience, and they somehow have made a connection with you and your music. Now, of course, one lady says, what would you call the secret of your success? Well, you know, I really, really feel that you have this comfortability with you that emulates out through your music. How did you manage to do that?
It's absolutely God's grace that I'm able to do that I'm able to translate what my soul wants to say through my music, and it's absolutely a gift that I've been given to be able to translate my feelings into song and to touch millions of people all over the world with my music, and I'm extremely grateful for that gift, and I'm so happy that it's happening right before my eyes, and I'm just a witness to what's happening right now with I never expected my music to touch so many people all over the world, but it's happening, and I'm truly grateful for that.
Believe me, we are in so many different countries around the world, and well, to start off with, I've got to be honest with you, we played your music, but we didn't say anything to anybody, just played it, and well, the response was phenomenal. We had people emailing us, ringing us, texting us, all wanting to know who, what, when, where, and how long is it going to be before we do the interview. So today we've answered that question straight away by saying Sherise is with us, and it is an absolute pleasure to have her. Now, I've got to be honest, you know, 1,299 requests for Dream Maker Heartbreaker, and it goes up from there, literally. 1,317 right now for Neverborn. Now, Sherise, tell me all about Neverborn.
Neverborn was written during the pandemic. It was written during these 2 years where we're going through so many emotions, being at home, not being able to live our normal life, go to work, go to office, and like do our regular things with our friends. So it was just I just felt all the emotions of the people around me, also what they were going through, and I wanted to put it into song. So like I wanted to say that, just a minute, hold on.
A little bit of a dry throat, I get it, I get that a lot myself, so believe me, but we'll get back to that. But at the same time, I do have a couple of fan questions that I'm going to put to Sherise as well. Hoping that she's okay there in the background. But in the meantime,
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah,
no worries, it's okay.
4:30 in the morning, so this is reality.
And believe me, I got to thank you. What is it, about 5 o'clock over there in the morning right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really must thank you for taking the time out to talk to us here in New Zealand. I really, really do. Now, we were talking about Neverborn, and, well, at the same time, I do have a fan question for you, Sherise, before we get into the song, and that is, as a fan, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? But more importantly, do you respond?
Yeah, I'm very much active on social media, and I keep responding to all my fans, and I'm really thankful that they're on there, and if they want to talk to me, they can talk to me directly on Instagram, Facebook. My Instagram is Sherise D'Sousa Official, and Facebook is Sherise Music.
My producer just said to me, you're going to have thousands getting in touch with you now. You won't have any time to write music or sing. You'll be too busy texting people back. But at the same time, do you have a website where we can download your music? Do you have a merch store on your website?
Yeah, I do actually. I have it on Spotify, iTunes. I have my website is SheriseD'Sousa.com, so they can go on that. So.
Very cool. And do you have a merch store on there as well? Can we buy t-shirts, koozies, stuff like that?
No, I don't have that.
Not yet. Okay. Look, I tell you what, I'm going to play this track, give you a chance to go and loosen up the throat a little bit. So, right here, joining us live is Sherise, the lady herself, coming out of Mumbai, India, with Neverborn.
You came and with your army.
Are you okay, sweetie?
Yeah, I just need to clear my throat a bit.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Thank you.
Ready?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
York goes well. Yes. And believe me, York, she's made a huge impact with our listeners. I've got to be honest with you, my friend. They request like crazy. And, well, On the Dance Floor is the biggest one of the lot. Coming up next is Step Ladder, though. And it's a great track. It really is. I need to talk about that. Now, at the same time, she did mention about coming to New Zealand, so maybe, just maybe, we might have a little talk about that and let her know.
Yeah, I think she'd be hot.
Yeah, believe me, she'd be very popular here in New Zealand, and I think we could, once these borders open up, we could do a great show with Sherise, I really do. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, no, I think I agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to be able to get her on stages here in New Zealand. In front of New Zealand audiences.
Yeah, we have quite a few Indian population here too, don't we?
Oh yeah, absolutely we do.
They would love that.
Yes, but I'm also thinking of the general population as well, you know. Yeah, believe me, I think it'd be a great idea, so we might actually have a chat to her about that. I hope she's okay.
Maybe we could play her tune and people can listen to a track, right?
And your goes Sherise and Kiwiland would be a bomb.
Yes, she would.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally, my friend. Fully agree with you. And I hope you're going to accompany her.
Put the music on.
Put some music on.
Yeah, so they can listen
Is
to
it
it
okay
while we're
on
waiting.
Facebook Live?
Yeah, I don't think
okay,
I mind
we'll do
listening
that.
to it.
My reality, the darkness, how it cools me. And now I am with me. I know just how to.
Hey, how you feeling?
Yeah,
You okay? Much better?
Yeah, actually, I'm just recovering from a flu, so kind of a viral flu, so that's why it was a little bit.
I fully understand. I'm recovering from the breakfast show. Same thing. Believe me. Well, Barbara thinks it's the same thing anyway, because she really does need to recover after the breakfast show. Oh, by the way, if you need or want a psychiatrist or, you know, somebody that deals with that sort of thing after this, I know a few. In fact,
So
I
I was talking about never born.
yes.
So it's sometimes you feel like, okay, I wish I was never born in this age, but you also say that, okay, I'm going to be reborn into someone new. After this, I'm going to be reborn into a new version of myself. So this song was about that. You know, it's a very deep song. It touches on very different levels, because it has a lot of, you know, messages inside that, you know. Because I also took inspiration from, you know, like Christ as well as Batman. So like basically, you know, if you know about Batman, he was in the darkness.
Hang in there for a
Yeah.
sec. We will talk about this on air because your
Yeah.
song is still playing.
Right.
Because this is fascinating.
Galaxy FM.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and we're joined coming out of Mumbai, India, by Sherise, the lady herself, and we were, you know, halfway through discussing the Neverborn track, and of course Sherise had to go and take care of something very, very quickly, so she's back, and we're halfway through this. Now, fascinating, she mentioned, of course, there's a cross here between Christ and Batman. And, you know, the correlation has got me absolutely on the edge of my chair. Tell me how this comes together, the correlation of this.
Yeah, it's actually because, you know, they're both saviors in their own right, Christ as well as Batman, because they are both, they wanted to save, Batman wanted to save Gotham City, Christ wanted to save the world. So Batman was, he was trained in darkness. So if you know about bats, they operate in the dark, and they are the best selves in the dark, because they were trained in the darkness to develop their hearing sense and their radar. So that's why in the lyrics of my song too, I have that word. I mean, the darkness trained me. The darkness has groomed me. So being in this world where we are in a dark place right now, but this darkness has trained us to become stronger, you know. And the people who are good, they are going to be stronger at being good, right? Even though the bad is still there, and the bad will always remain bad, but the good are getting stronger, and their ability to save the world is getting stronger, because they are battling at a higher level now, because they're battling so much more for the good to come through.
You know,
So that's what this song is about.
you know,
He's battling at high levels.
I absolutely get it. I really, really do. And I was fascinated when you brought that correlation together. I really was, because I never pictured it, to be honest with you. Now, very briefly, we spoke very, very well. You said that you wouldn't mind coming to New Zealand. Now, would you consider coming to New Zealand and playing in front of New Zealand audiences?
It's absolutely my dream to do that. I mean, if I have enough people who want me there, who want to listen to me sing live and perform live and bring that energy live, that would be an absolutely amazing opportunity for me.
Now, we would love to be able to do shows with you. Barbara has a company that brings bands into the country and does all the logistics,
Wow.
everything like that. In fact, believe me, Sherise, everybody needs a Barbara. They really do. She's so efficient. She really is. Now, once, of course, as you can understand, that we get our borders open, if you know what I mean. And, well, there's good news around the world. I've got to be honest with you. Norway is opening up their borders on the 27th of this month. So they're
Wow,
about 90.
that's great.
Yeah, they were about 90%
That's
injected.
amazing.
You know, so Also, America is starting to consider the idea of opening up as well. So we're working towards that as well. Henceforth, we would love to be able to communicate together and get you here, down under, in the Antipodes, on stages, playing in front of New Zealand audiences. And believe me, I think, just to be honest with you, I think they're going to eat you up. They're going to absolutely
Wow, that's
love
superb.
you. I really do. But I've got to warn you, we're a little crazy here in New Zealand, okay?
I'm crazy myself.
I'm loving this.
Like one of my songs said, I'm like, I'm a doggone crazy fool.
I'm loving this, and believe me, we would love to be able to stretch the time out to play alone as well. So, but we do have it, we do play it, but unfortunately we didn't have the time to be able to play it today. But have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
Oh, it sounds so interesting. What is that? What's a hoo-hoo grab?
Okay, are you familiar with the white worm in bottle of tequila?
Yeah.
You are kind of, you obviously you've been, okay, well, you must be familiar with a caterpillar, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is nothing like that. It's it's about 4 times the size. It's like a double-decker bus to a mini, to be honest with you. It's big, it's white, it's got a black head. And what we do here in New Zealand is, well, you put the live body in your mouth, you rip off the head, you don't eat the head, you crunch down on it, and when you do, it's like eating creamy peanut butter.
Oh. Wow, something so different, and I can visualize the taste by how you just described it. But it's interesting. I would love to try it. Yeah.
I'll get Barbara to send you the official video just to show you that I'm not pulling your leg. It is something that we do here in New Zealand. And are you familiar with New Zealand at all? Do you know anything about us?
I just know that it's a beautiful place, and a lot of movies have been shot there, and the nature is absolutely beautiful.
You've been watching Lord of the Rings, haven't you?
Lord of the Rings, yeah.
Okay, well, let me put you in the picture there as far as Lord of the Rings goes. Peter Jackson, I can't call him Sir Peter Jackson, I really can't, because I went to university with the guy, you know what I mean?
Wow, you went to university with Peter Jackson. That's brilliant.
Yeah, believe me, we used to, he's a mate, you know what I mean? I can't call him the official,
Wow.
yeah. But having said that, about an hour and a half away from our offices right here is the original set of Hobbiton. And we can take you
Wow.
there, show you around there. And believe me, it's absolutely fascinating, you know, Middle Earth and all of that. You get to see the hobbit holes and all the whole thing. Well,
Yeah, I just rewatched those movies just to look at all this hobbit holes and the nature, and I just love watching the movies just for those scenes. The scenes are absolutely beautiful. Yeah,
well,
it brings so much of joy.
we're going to take you there. How's that? We'll show you
Wow.
around so you can live it for yourself rather
Thank
than.
you so much. Wow,
That-
I love that.
It's a lot of fun. It really, really is. Now, having said that, you see, we're made up of 3 islands, literally. Now, right down the very bottom is an island that, well, I got to be honest with you, Sherise, it got a name. It's the only island in New Zealand that actually did get an official name. It's called Stewart Island. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Manly name, yeah. But whoever named New Zealand after that just ran out of imagination. Called the next one South, and the one after that North. Yay.
Oh.
Yay.
Towards south and north.
Yeah, so we're, 3 islands. Down the west coast of the South Island, they have a place called Hokitika that has a Wild Foods Festival, and down there they partake in the hoo-hoo grub, and believe me, sweetie, I would suggest maybe a little alcohol before, some try during, and maybe afterwards as well, but you know what I mean, you've really got to try it, you really do.
I'm going to be with you guys, so I'm going to be with the best, so you guys can guide me and everything. Yeah.
Now, I got to ask you, are you into shopping?
Oh, I love shopping.
You love
Which girl doesn't love shopping?
All right, but believe me, Barbara is an Olympic shopper. You guys are going to get on so well. You really are. Auckland? Auckland? Auckland. A-U-C-K.
Auckland.
Yeah, York's trying to spell it Oakland, O-A-K-L-A-N-D, or O-R-K-L-N.
So sweet.
They're the land of orcs. Look that
Yeah,
one
the
up.
land of orcs. Yeah, the land of the orcs, ORC, that's right.
It is.
From the movie.
Yeah, absolutely. J.R. Tolkien, of course, was the author of the books all up, and of course Peter jumped all over it. Now, have you ever heard of a place called Queenstown?
Yes, I have heard of it. No, I don't know what's the peculiarity of it.
Okay, well, I don't mean Queensland, which is in Australia. There's something weird about that place over there. I've got to be honest with you. We have this love-hate relationship, New Zealand and Australia.
Oh, Australia.
Yeah, and believe me, over in Australia and Queensland, that's the place where all the men run around in dresses and high heels. Queensland. Queenstown.
Yeah.
Queenstown, on the other hand, and believe me, I was reading in your bio here, you know a couple of people. One of them actually owns property down in Queenstown, and we're talking about Shania Twain. She actually owns property down there. It's a little a little boutique town. I got to be honest with you, Sherise, where you never know who you're going to bump into. I mean, as I said, Shania Twain owns property there. Pre-COVID, Kevin Costner, Keanu Reeves, with Tom Cruise and all of that, they all go there to get away from the paparazzi and, you know, sort of have a bit of fun without anybody prying. So believe me, as I said, you never know who you're going to bump into. But Sherise, I got to be honest with you, you don't want to bump into me. Now, most people say, why not? She laughs. I tell you why not, Sherise. Is quite frankly, I'll throw you off a bridge.
Yeah, tell me. But I mean, it would be so much fun to bump into you down there. Yeah.
Oh, believe me.
I mean, it would be.
It
would be like we would just be like hopping around. Like you would be showing me around, and like we would just be like walking everywhere and checking out the place. Yeah.
Well, I tell you why I would throw you off a bridge is literally down there. It is the mecca for bungee jumping.
Oh, wow.
So we would love to be able to do that with you. If you want to do a tandem, I don't mind.
Of course. I've never done it. I've done scuba diving. I've done it at a place called Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which is at the southwest point of India. It's an island. It's called Andaman Island. So there the water is extremely blue because of the coral. And it's clear water there, so I could actually go like right down and check out all the fish, and the fish were checking me out, and I got some nice pictures with the fish too, and it was a great experience. So yeah, I would love to try scuba dive. I mean, I would like to try bungee jumping too, as well as paragliding and all those things. Yeah, this is my age where I would love to do that.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Sherise. Here in New Zealand, we're kind of the folks that go, if it doesn't scare the hell out of you, then you're not alive. Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
rock on.
You were talking about a number of things. We actually, while down in Queenstown, there's a place down there called the Shotover River, and there's a Shotover jet there. Big jet boats. These are huge big jet boats, and so powerful, so quick, and they get so close to the walls of the caves and everything in there, just absolutely freaky. They turn these boats inside out, upside down, and I guarantee you, Sherise, you won't spill a drop of your beer.
Wow.
They're that good. They are that good.
They're that good, huh? They're like the banana boats. I mean, they rock the boat, but they're expert at it so that you don't. You don't drop beer. I mean, that's amazing.
Well, I tell you, it's a cheat, to be honest, because here in New Zealand, we have lids.
Oh.
We put a lid on it.
And lids for it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like for the coffee lids too. I mean, when you're having coffee, you have it, have a lid on that so that you can drink from the zipper, yeah.
Exactly. Tommy Rojo is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Tommy. Now, Sherise,
Hi, Tommy.
Yeah. Now, Sherise, are you going to be bringing your husband with you as well? Oh, look at that. I gave her the husband question. She froze. I'm going to have to ask her that one again in a minute. Are you there, Sherise? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. I'll tell you what, let's play a song and we'll get back to Sherise very, very quickly. But in the meantime, the next song up for Sherise is Step Ladder. We will have a chat about that very shortly when we get it back. But in the meantime, let's play the track here at Galaxy.
We get carried on the best of times. It's hard to make it sweet.
Should we call her back?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright. Have another go. Oof. Come on. You can do so. I don't know. This is not looking good.
You're hearing. You're not hearing good.
You see this thing here? It says chat.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. It had a red spot.
That happens sometimes with India. Yes, it does, York. So,
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Shall I try again?
what I'll do, I'll finish this, and when she comes back, I'll start Facebook Live again, I think.
Yeah.
Just wait a sec. See
Yeah,
if she
and then
answers
we'll-
this time.
We'll blend it together. Gosh, York, I am so impressed with your work. I really, really am. And I'm looking forward to catching up with you in a couple of days, my bro. I've got a couple of questions I want to ask you too. I really do. So stand by for those ones. Because I want to know if you
Okay,
want the work or
I'll,
not. No, she's not. Yes.
Yeah, so Step Ladder was written like in last year, 2020. It's about corporate life, and it's about how one tries to go up the corporate ladder and get to the top, but then the people who are working, the laborers and stuff, there's only a certain level to which they can rise because someone at the top is already controlling everything, and the more we work, sometimes it does not lead us to the top, and we just stagnate at the same level. So that song is about that, but we've got to keep on keeping on, and hopefully one day we're going to reach the top, and we're going to overthrow the people who have the most power, and the good will rise again. Yeah, that song is about that.
You know, I like that. Good answer, actually. I really do like that. Now, having said that, Sherise, we have a song here and we are going to have to move on very, very quickly. Which is your most requested song? And believe me, it's getting to a point where I'm kind of expecting to see it every morning at the breakfast show. I really, really am. And of course, the breakfast show here at Galaxy is made up primarily of the amount of requests per track, per person, per artist, if you know what I mean. And it is such a pleasure to be able to have one of our Galaxy artists in that realm, if you know what I mean. So believe me, on the dance floor is currently sitting about 5,391 requests so far and climbing. It is going out of this world, becoming ridiculous, I've got to be honest with you.
Ridiculous.
It's just fascinating to watch this particular track climb more so than almost any other track I've seen in the many, many years that I've been doing this. How did that happen?
I'm so, number one, I'm so proud to be a Galaxy artist, and I'm so glad to be associated with you all and to have to be able to share my music with you all. That itself is a gift. Me sitting in India, being able to share my music with a radio show in New Zealand, that's a dream come true for me. And this song is a dance song. It's encouraging people to get up on the dance floor and start dancing, and to forget all their troubles, for all their worries, and to just switch into that mode where they just get up and dance. So I'm so happy that dance resonates with the people of New Zealand. And from what you described to me, I can understand why, because you guys are so full of life, and that's what the song is about. It's just about moving on and getting up and dancing and jumping and just celebrating life for what it is. And I try to bring it out through the lyrics in that song and through the the beat and the pump and the energy and the way I sang it through too as well. So the energy, and that's what it's translated into that, and I'm so happy it's happening. Because when I sing this song live as well, and I sang it at Hard Rock Cafe, here in Bombay, and then it had the same effect. Everyone got up from from whatever they were eating, and from their chairs, and they just started dancing, and I just jumped into the crowd, and I was dancing with them. So that's the effect of what the song has, and I'm so glad I could share it with you guys.
Well, I got to be honest with you, and you're going to love this one, Sherise. We have women all around the world, housewives doing their housework, just absolutely rocking to this as they go about their daily chores. And they let us know about this. One lady texted me the other day. She goes, Grant, I'm absolutely loving this track, and I'm vacuuming the floor at the same time. And you get this picture of this housewife doing, to your music. So believe me, I think you've made an earthy connection, especially with women around the world. I really, really do. And I congratulate you because A, it's not easy getting an interview with us here at Galaxy. B, it's not easy getting played on Galaxy. But C, to have the absolute amount of people that request your music, relate to your music, absolutely fantastic, Sherise. I love it. I really, really do. And can't wait to have you here in New Zealand. So, without further ado, don't go anywhere just yet. Here is Sherise with On the Dance Floor. I love the sound of this right at the start.
Yeah, it has a lot of Middle Eastern effects added to the song at start. Yeah.
Yep, I think that's a big part of it as well, if you know what I mean. People are connecting to this. And I think there's a little bit of your culture in there, you know what I mean? It gives you that feel.
Yes, it does, and it kind of gets people want to jump and like to dance to the song, and I also, because the way I sang it too, it was it's full of like, let your heart take over, get on the floor. So basically, it's just telling people like, come on, get up, and like start dancing, That's kind of the feel.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And at the same time, here in New Zealand, we're clubbers. We like to go out and, shake the tushy a little bit. That fits the bill perfectly. It really does. Now, do you have any new stuff coming up soon? And will you let me know? Will you come back again and release new music with us?
Wow, that would be an absolute pleasure to come back again. I do have a lot of music in the pipeline, and I'm collaborating with people all over the world, including York. I'm doing a couple of songs with York too, and I'm so happy that he gave me the gift of working on the song. It's an absolute pleasure working on each of his songs, and just adding my element, the element of Sherise into every song that I put out, and even this interview for that matter, just adding the element of myself, my DNA into whatever I do. That's an absolute pleasure. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Sherise, for us here, we're frontliners. We take the music to the people, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
honestly, we haven't seen reactions to music like we've seen with yours and I've been doing this a number of years, you know what I mean? I really have been doing this a lot of time. And the audiences here literally are just all over your music. York says, and I quote, I'm so proud of her. So believe me.
Thank you so much, York. That means so much to me. I love you guys. I love you. I love York too. And I hope we all get to meet someday, and we all get to like chill and just over a cup of coffee or a beer, and that would be just a dream. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm a worker. I like to work. We'll chill after work. You know what I mean? Let's do some shows and have some fun.
Let's do some shows. Yeah, let's do some shows. I'd love that.
Very
That'd
cool.
be the best.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Because believe me, we would love to be able to show you off here in New Zealand and have you literally do some shows. We'd love to be able to structure something around you and your style of music. Having said,
I do have a lot to offer, and I would ensure that the audience gets the best of both worlds. like gets this, a flavor of of India as well as New Zealand, so they get the best of everything, and I would definitely put up a very a show that they've never seen before. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Having said that, you're in a recording studio right now, aren't you?
Right.
How would you like to be able to tickle up your friend over there and say, hey, listen, I'd like to do some voice drops, like, hi, this is Sherise, you can hear me on Galaxy 107 FM, something like that. How would you like to do that for me?
I've already sent it to Barbara sometime back.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to get those through to production because believe me, the more times people hear your voice,
Was
hear
it
your
in
name.
Wave?
Yeah,
Or
it was in
Dropbox?
Wave. Dropbox, I think.
I
it
can't
was,
open Dropbox.
You can't open it?
No, not
Ah.
at the moment.
It's in Dropbox. Unfortunately, Barbara can't open it. We might need to get it in another format. Maybe,
Sure, yeah.
maybe on an email, something like that.
Oh, you want an MP3, right?
Yes, please. Yeah.
No, I can't open.
But
Dropboxes.
not in Dropbox, and not in Wave. Not in Wave. Anyway, let's go back to the desk. Hang in there.
Let your body know, let your body know, let your heart take you on a journey. Let your body
Yeah, my yard's weird.
Galaxy, Galaxy FM.
It's finally quarter past 12 o'clock, and today we've been talking to a young lady coming out of Mumbai, India, by the name of Sherise D'Sousa, and believe me, absolutely fascinated with her work, how she's connecting with the audiences here in New Zealand and around the world through Galaxy as a platform, and believe me, people around the world are getting on board the Sherise movement. Now, Sherise assures me that she's going to come back again. She's going to release new music as we go. And we would love to be able to follow her through her career and also get her down here in New Zealand, playing in front of New Zealand audiences. We covered all of that. One thing we haven't covered right now is, well, Sherise, I really must thank you so much for staying up so late in the evening, so early in the morning, to be able to talk to us here in New Zealand. And I humbly would love to be able to work with you in the near future and have a little bit of fun and some downtime as well. And, well, looking forward to meeting you in person.
Absolutely looking forward to working with you as well. And gigging, touring with you guys is going to be an absolute dream, an absolute blast. And we're going to have a great time working together. And I absolutely am going to be releasing a lot more music in the near future. I'm going to be sharing it with you guys first because I love my Galaxy listeners, and I love all of them, and I'm so happy that you guys are playing my music and requesting for my music, and it just touches my soul on a very deep level, and truly love you guys. Thank you. And this has been an absolute pleasure talking to you right now, and I'm just going to treasure these moments all my life, being on this interview with you guys.
Well, thank you, Sherise, and believe me, it's reciprocated. We absolutely love you here at Galaxy as well. We really do. And everybody here, believe me, they've been taking photos like crazy, left, right and centre in the background. You'll get a copy of that. But don't go anywhere just yet. We've got a couple of things that we're going to do very quickly before we send you off to bed. And thank you so humbly for staying up and being with us so late in the night or early in the morning. But believe me, I absolutely adore your work. I really do. So please, hang in there. But in the meantime, everybody on Facebook Live, I've got to thank you guys for joining us. If you're going to watch a little later on over there on YouTube, you know what to do. Yes. Sub, thumb, bell, bingo. See you later. Have a good day.
Galaxy 107 FM.